You're born with a sharp sense of urgency. You've just hatched from your egg and already you're in the thick of it. No warm nest, no soothing embrace from mom, just murky Amazonian water surrounding you. And don't even get me started on the lack of a welcome party. It's just you, a couple hundred siblings, and a whole bunch of hungry predators out there. The second you crack your egg, you're already swimming for your life. That's the thing about being born a piranha. It's sink or swim, quite literally. Your tiny but sharp teeth are already there, ready to bite. You don't have the luxury of staying still and just figuring things out. It's a feeding frenzy from the get-go. Your instincts kick in and you dart around, trying to avoid getting eaten by a bigger fish or, God forbid, a bird overhead. As you swim along with your siblings, trying to make sense of the chaotic water world, you can't help but notice how quickly everything moves. You're tiny, quick, and already learning how to stay in the shadows. Survival is all about staying out of sight and getting enough food. You'll be lucky if you get your first meal before one of your relatives gets a little too hungry and bites the wrong fish. Your survival depends on blending in. Your scales help you stay hidden in the water, and your rapid, darting movements make you harder to catch. You're still figuring out how to properly hunt, but you already know the basics. If it's moving, it might be lunch. You also start to realize that your fellow piranhas aren't just your family. They're your competition. Your siblings might be hungry too, and you better believe they'll bite if they think you're slowing them down. Surviving at this stage means learning to eat what you can and avoid becoming someone else's snack. The stakes are high, but at least you get to experience the Amazon's wild world from a new perspective. From below, swimming with the big fish, and sometimes eating with them too. And let's not forget about the things lurking in the water that you can't even see. The small, unaware fish that swim too close to you are easy targets, but you also have to be on the lookout for other creatures with sharper teeth and faster speeds. Some of them are too large to take on, but that doesn't stop your hungry instincts from flaring up. You've got to figure out how to make the most of the chaos, how to fight for your space and food without getting caught. The Amazon is a place full of hidden threats, and it won't take pity on anyone. Every time you dart through the murky water, you're playing a game of survival. Swim, eat, and dodge. Repeat. And as you grow, you'll start noticing just how big the world is. The trees above the water and the land on either side seem so distant, but the real danger isn't just the predators around you. It's the water itself, the currents, the whirlpools, the predators that lurk in the deepest parts. The water is always shifting, always moving. There's always something bigger, something faster, something hungrier, just waiting for you to make a wrong move. But that's life for you. As a piranha, the rule is simple. Don't get eaten and don't make mistakes. If you're quick enough, clever enough, and just a little bit lucky, you might make it through the next day. And if you're not, well, the water's full of hungry mouths. It's a constant battle, but hey, you've got sharp teeth for a reason, right? As the days drag on, you're starting to get the hang of things. You've been swimming and dodging for what feels like forever, but now it's clear. You're not just surviving anymore. You're learning to thrive. That's right, in the piranha world, you either bite or get bitten, and you've definitely got a sharp set of teeth now. The jungle around you is still dangerous, but you're faster, quicker, and more ruthless with every passing day. The Amazon River is vast and full of life, but it's also full of danger, huge predators, the competition, and sometimes even your own kind. At this stage, you've got one goal. Find food, don't get eaten, and figure out how to fight for your place in the food chain. Your teeth are growing sharper, your instincts are spot on, and your body is adapting to the cutthroat environment. You've learned how to move quickly, darting through the water like a bullet. The key? Speed and precision. If you're not fast, you're food. Simple as that, but you're learning how to make it work. You've perfected the art of hiding in the shadows, your scales blending seamlessly with the murky water. If it moves, you're going to catch it. And that's exactly what happens one day. As you swim through a patch of weeds, you spot something, a piece of floating meat. At first you think it's just a decaying log, but then you notice it's a fish, sluggishly moving, obviously wounded. Your piranha's senses tingle, and in an instant, your instincts take over. You pounce. Your sharp teeth sink into the meat, and the thrill of the hunt fills you. You're not just a small fish anymore, you're a hunter. You tear into the fish, feeling invincible with every bite. But life's not that simple. As you feast, a larger piranha swims by. You can feel its eyes on you, sizing you up. You know better than to stick around. The Amazon doesn't play fair, and you've learned when it's time to fight and when it's time to flee. You dart away, your tiny fins slicing through the water, and you hide in the weeds, blending in once again. The competition is fierce, and in this world, you've learned that every meal is earned, and sometimes it's just not worth the risk to keep it. You've learned valuable lessons. Survival isn't just about feeding. It's about learning when to fight, when to run, and how to stay hidden. The jungle of the Amazon is constantly shifting, and the more you adapt, the more you realize that the key to thriving here isn't just about being quick. It's about being smart. You've already got the teeth, now you just need the brains to go with them. With each day that passes, you get faster, smarter, and more lethal. And though the Amazon's wild world is unforgiving, you're starting to realize something important. You're built for this. Survival of the fittest doesn't just apply to your prey, it applies to you too. The journey is tough, but you're ready for what comes next. You've got a lifetime of hunting and surviving ahead of you, and you're more than prepared for the battle. Months pass, and you've gone from a tiny, defenseless hatchling to a force to be reckoned with. No more darting around like a nervous wreck. No more hiding in the shadows. You're now the predator, not the prey. You've grown bigger, faster, and deadlier, and you're starting to notice the other creatures around you with new eyes. The jungle river is still as dangerous as ever, but you've learned how to thrive in it. At first, you started with the small stuff. Insects, baby fish, anything you could catch. But now the river's meal selection is starting to look a little more appealing. Small fish? That's for amateurs. You're after something bigger. A struggling bird, an injured fish, anything that might put up a fight. Every meal now is a reminder that you're on the path to becoming the top piranha in the river. But there's one little thing you didn't quite account for. The bigger you get, the bigger the threats become. And you thought the hungry birds were your only problem? Think again. The larger fish, the jaguars, and even the occasional crocodile are now looking at you like you're a snack, too. You've learned the hard way that being bigger doesn't always mean you're safe. In fact, it can make you more of a target. One afternoon, you swim into an area you've never explored before. The water is calm, and the sunlight slants through the trees, giving the water a golden glow. It looks perfect for hunting. You start swimming around, testing the waters when, bam, something moves behind you. A jaguar fish. This one's big, with sharp teeth and a tail that could knock you out if you're not careful. It charges at you in a blur, and before you know it, you're darting sideways to avoid the first strike. But it's too late. The jaguar fish's tail grazes your side, sending a sting of pain through your body. You can feel the blood in your veins pulse as you narrow your focus. You're not going to let this guy get away with it. You were built for this. You circle back, using your speed to your advantage. And this time, when you strike, it's with all the ferocity of a seasoned hunter. Your teeth sink deep into the jaguar fish's scales, and within seconds, it's over. You've earned your meal. The water around you is filled with the scent of victory. You've survived another challenge, but as you know all too well, this isn't the end. This is just one meal in a long line of battles that you'll have to face. You're getting stronger, faster, and smarter, but the jungle's dangers aren't going anywhere. With growth comes competition. The bigger, stronger fish are always lurking around, waiting for their turn to challenge you. But here's the thing you've learned. You can't just hide in the shadows anymore. You're the one who needs to be feared. But as you grow into your new role, you realize something. It's not just about hunting anymore. It's about outsmarting every single predator that comes your way. That means not just eating the biggest fish, but making sure you survive long enough to enjoy it. You've got what it takes to thrive, but the competition is relentless. So you've got your teeth, your speed, and your instincts. But even the best predators know the most important rule of the jungle. The hunt never ends. With every battle you win, there's another challenge waiting. But for now, you're ready for whatever comes next. You're becoming more than just a piranha. You're becoming the ruler of the river. As you near adulthood, things begin to shift. You're no longer the small, jittery piranha darting around the shadows of the Amazon. The river is your domain now. You've outgrown your old hunting grounds, and the stakes are higher. Your instincts are sharper, your muscles stronger, and your teeth more lethal. But there's one more challenge ahead of you: reproduction. You've mastered the art of hunting. You're fast, you're strong, and you've earned your place among the river's fiercest predators. But hunting isn't enough anymore. You need to pass on your genes. The next generation of piranhas depends on you. The river is full of hungry competitors, and now you're competing for something more precious than food: a mate. The waters are thick with tension. Other male piranhas swim through the murky depths, showing off their speed, their power, their agility. Every male wants the same thing: to impress the females and prove they're worthy of carrying on the family line. But you've learned that it's not just about the show. It's about strategy, patience, and the willingness to fight for what's yours. You swim through the river, your scales flashing in the water, searching for your mate. The water is dense, the river alive with the buzz of other piranhas. You see her, a beautiful female, her sleek body gliding through the current, her presence undeniable. Your heart races. This is it. The moment you've been working for. You swim closer, slowly at first, letting your movements speak louder than words. You circle around her, waiting for her to notice you. And then she does. She eyes you, sizing you up, and for a moment, you're unsure. This is a test. She's watching you. She wants to see how fast you can swim, how strong you are, how good you are at dodging, at attacking, at surviving. This isn't just a mating ritual, it's a challenge. If you fail, you'll be left behind. If you succeed, you'll carry on the legacy. You dart through the water, each movement an explosion of speed and precision. Your heart pounds as you show her your skills. You leap, twist, and turn, mimicking the movements of the river. For hours you compete, back and forth, showcasing every bit of your strength. You can see the flicker of approval in her eyes, and you know you've won. Slowly, cautiously, she allows you closer. This is your moment. You've proven yourself worthy. A few months later, she gives birth to your offspring. Tiny piranhas that will soon join the battle for survival in the river. They will have to learn everything you did, fight for every meal, dodge predators, and stake their own claims in this ruthless world. But for now, the circle is complete. The next generation begins and you've done your part. But don't think the work is over. Your role as a top predator doesn't end with reproduction. The river is still full of threats. Rival piranhas still roam the water, hungry for power and territory. You've secured your position, but there's always someone younger, faster, and hungrier waiting to challenge you. It's a constant struggle, a never-ending game of survival and dominance. Years pass and you begin to slow down. Your once quick movements aren't as fast as they used to be. Your teeth, once sharp as daggers, are starting to dull. You can still fight, but every battle takes a little more effort. You feel the weight of your years in the river. You've earned every scar, every tear in your scales. You've survived, thrived, and ruled the waters. But you know that time waits for no one. You are no longer the young piranha darting through the water with abandon. Now you are a legend of the river. But even legends eventually face their end. The next generation is rising. They are hungry and they are eager. You fought your last battle. But your story is far from over. The river will continue to flow, new piranhas will be born, and new predators will rise. You close your eyes, feeling the current carry you through the river once more. The future is uncertain, but for now you've lived your life to the fullest. You are a piranha, and you have ruled the waters of the Amazon.